Okay, for this one, calculate amount of atoms. So we are searching for atoms of 58 grams of acetate. Okay, so two things to notice. If it ever mentions mass, always find molar mass. So mentions mass, find molar mass. Which is convenient that I already left it up there. It also says something about atoms or molecules. So what that means, if it ever says anything about atoms or molecules, you're always going to have to use Avogadro's number. And so Avogadro's number is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms per 1 mole of whatever substance you're talking about. Since we're talking about acetate, I'll put that there. It should be atoms of acetate as well. Alright, so I'm going to put parentheses around these so we don't get these two confused. So there's one conversion factor, two conversion factors. So we have two options for this problem. Let me also add on, says atoms / molecules must use Avogadro's. What am I doing? Molecules? Good thing I'm not an English teacher. Use Avogadro's, or avocado. That's what I like to call it. Avogadro's number. Okay? And that would be this one. So we got two options. We are going to start our problem with our givens. Remember, I underlined givens, circle our unknown. So we're going to start with 58 grams of acetate. Okay. We want to get rid of grams. So if we want to get rid of grams, it has to go on the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this conversion. Okay, so that means this number, this whole top is going to go on bottom, and this whole bottom is going to go on top. So we're going to completely flip it. You can also sometimes call it the inverse, which just means fancy word for flipping. So 59.0437 grams of acetate. And then on top I'm going to use 1 mole of C2H3O2. Okay, what I usually do, after I've already used one, I usually just like to cancel it out. So I just cross it out. So I know I'm done with that option because I've already used it. Well, if you look at our units, we went from grams, we got rid of them, we got to moles. Our question, what we circled was atoms. We are not done. We need to do this final one. Okay? We want to get rid of our moles, so we have to put moles on bottom. I'm going to have to erase this real quick just so we can do this. Moles are on top, so we want to put moles on bottom so we can get rid of our moles. So we're going to put 1 mole of acetate on bottom, and that means on top we're going to put 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of acetate. Okay. Now you are going to multiply across. So you're going to take 58 times 1 times 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, and then you're going to divide by 59.0437 and then divide by 1, and that will get you your answer. So when you multiply and divide all those, you should get a number of 5.91359, I rounded there, times 10 to the 23rd. And it's, notice our units cancel out, moles of acetate cancel out. We're left with atoms of acetate. So this would be our final answer. Sorry I bunched it up. I'm trying to make sure it's on the video. One thing to note, if you have a TI calculator, so like this, you are going to use the E button, capital E, to do the times 10 to the 23rd. So make sure you're not using the caret. So that's just something to remember.